Have a nice and safe day to all my viewers. Today we are going to discuss about another new topic in biology, that is the different problems of adolescence and drugs. Okay, so let's discuss about this topic, the common problems of adolescence and drug. So before going to the topic, first of all, we have to discuss what is adolescence first. Okay, what do you mean by adolescence? Adolescence is defined as the period of growth between childhood and adult. It is the period of growth between childhood and adult. Okay, childhood and adult. This is the definition of adulthood. Okay, so it generally varies from 8 to 18 years in girls and 7 to 19 years in boys. Okay, so it is 18 to 18 years in case of female, means girls, and 7 to 19 years in boys. Okay, so this is the period of adolescence. During this period, what happens? Sexual maturity takes place. Okay, during this period, sexual maturity takes place. The rapid changes in physical and physiological behavior of our individual. Physical changes, suppose muscles increases. Physiological changes, from starting from the appearance up to body function, there is a change in the individual. All these changes are associated to adolescence. Clear? So first we have to discuss some of the common problems what are going on during adolescence period. Let's see. So what are the basic problems during this adolescence? Remember, during the adolescence period, there is a rapid increase in level of sex hormone. Okay, so the rapid increase in sex hormone level increases. Due to rapid increase of sex hormone level, certain changes, rapid changes appear. Due to these changes, some of the problems also are found in adults. What are the common problems? So, not all problems, we have to discuss some common problems. Okay, the first common problem is acne. Acne, what is it? The development of clogging pores in the skin due to secretion of sex hormone. Okay, so our skin is semi permeable. Clear? uh, when there is an increase in level of sex hormone, what happens? Immediately the pores on the skin become clogged due to deposition of fat. Okay, so these pores, due to formation of these clogging pores, the acne appears. Okay, the clogging pores are the most common cause for acne. Okay, next, acne, there is hypochondria. Hypochondria. What is hypochondria? This change in hormone level leads to obesity. Okay, the adolescent adopt dieting for this purpose. Clear? Suppose we are not taking food at night, we believing that we become fat, that's why we can take less amount of food. So this thinking only appears in adult. Okay, so this is called as the hypochondria. Okay, due to not taking food regularly or disruption of regular food habit leads to malnutrition in our body. We are thinking that we became fat, that's why we should not have to take much food at night, or we should not have to take this type of food, this type of food. So there is a gradation appear during adolescence period, and due to this, when we are not taking food, immediately malnutrition appeared in our body. So this malnutrition also one of the defect, that is called as hypochondria. This is otherwise called as anorexia nervosa. Also we can take it anorexia nervosa, hypochondria or anorexia nervosa. Okay. This anorexia nervosa is the condition. Okay, it leads to a number of abnormalities in the body. Okay, next, third problem, neurasthenia. Neurasthenia. What do you mean by neurasthenia? Neurasthenia. Clear? Neurasthenia is the inability to concentrate, which is the most common and severe problem in adults. We are telling concentrate, listen our words, but the adult students are not able to concentrate because this is a problem of adolescence period, that is called as neurasthenia. They have the mentality, the onset of mentality, their mindset always leads them to enjoy new things, which may be fatigue, which may cause irritation, depression, or headache. Okay, so inability to concentrate. Okay, then the fourth problem is post traumatic stress. Post traumatic stress. Okay, post traumatic stress means this is unwanted pregnancy, suppose premarital affairs, such type of antisocial activities leads to post traumatic stress. It is also found in adults. Clear? Then the major problem and the ultimate problem is addiction. Addiction. What addiction really means? What is addiction? Due to curiosity, due to pressure from our friend circle, due to pressure from our seniors, frustrations may be another cause, depressions may be another cause, feeling of independence. Okay, it leads to unhealthy practices to our adult. What happened? They started taking alcohol, started taking drugs, started taking tobacco. This became the addiction, and always the addict individual get dependent on that agent for its normalized function. When our tissue get dependent on that material completely, we can take it as addiction. Okay, then next to addiction, another problem is phobia. Phobias. What is phobia? Okay, the phobia is the intense of fearing things. Okay, intense of fear, like vast open places, suppose huge fire, snake, spider, cockroach, rat, monkeys, any other animals. We are seeking fear. The fearing psychology also developed during this adolescence period. Okay, so these are the common problems of adolescence. Except that there are some psychological problems. What are the psychological problems? We have to mark them psychological problems. Suppose I'll take the accidental injury, automobile accidents. It is a very common phenomenon in our youngsters. What happened? Driving in drunken state, due to inefficiency in driving, due to carelessness, such type of accidental injury is one of the common aspects. Okay, accidental injury is one of the psychological problem. Let me write here accidental injury. Okay. It is commonly found in adult. Next, depressions and suicides. Depression, it leads to suicide to our adult. Why depression? It is marked by sadness, unhappiness, feeling unloved, deficiency in sleeping, disorder in sleeping. We fail to sleep the right duration due to heavy stress in our mentality. Okay, it may be due to failure in something, failure in studies, so it leads to depression, or someone heavily depressed to commit suicide. There is another another psychological problem, that is substance. What do you mean by abuse? Okay, suppose I am using this marker for writing. Suppose I can use it for combing my hair. It is one of the abuse process. Abuse means the thing that is meant for using in a common way is used in a different way. Okay, that is abuse. Suppose I can take the example of smoking, drinking, drug abuse. These substances are abused by the youngsters, adults. Okay. Then another psychological problem, that is bulimia. Bulimia means excessive eating. Bulimia. Bulimia. This is excessive eating, repeated eating leading to vomiting in an individual. Then last, that is violence. Okay, the violence is another problem of our adult. Physical abuse, quarrel, which is a common occurrence in adult. They are not ready to think about the consequence. They again fall into these activities. So these are the basic problems of adolescence. Okay. So after adolescence, so we have to discuss about different type of drugs today. Then other disorders will be discussed in the next video. Okay. So come for the drugs. So let's discuss about different type of drugs. Okay. So these are the adolescence problems, different type of problems which are facing in these days by the adult. So come to drugs. What are drugs first? What are drugs? What are drugs actually means, or which used for which purpose? Okay. The drugs are mood altering substances. Mood altering substances, or these are not medicines. Okay, these are chemical substances which is used for different type of sources. These are used for making different type of other agents which are beneficial to our body. Okay, so the drugs are mood altering These are mood altering material or mood altering substances. These are not medicines. Quite different from medicines. Clear? All these drugs are classified into 5 categories. What are they? The 5 categories of drugs. Tranquilizers. Tranquilizers. What are tranquilizers? These make our nervous system calm. Okay? It is responsible for calmness of nervous system. Okay? Tranquilizer. Then the second category of drugs, sedative. Sedative. These are otherwise called as hypnotics. Hypnotics. What are these functions? These are sleep-inducing drug. They induces sleep in the individual. Sleep-inducing drug. The third type of drugs are hallucinogens. Hallucinogen. What are? Causing hallucination. Imaginary condition. Okay? Hallucination. These are causing imaginary effects. Okay? Hallucinogens are third categories of drugs. The fourth categories are stimulating agents. We can take it stimulants. What are these functions? Stimulants making the body active, stimulate the nervous system, just opposite of tranquilizer. These stimulate nervous system of our body. Next, opiates. What are opiates? These opiates are depression plus pain relievers. Okay, these are depression or pain relievers. Okay, opiates. Take. So these are 5 categories of drugs. Clear? So my dear students, first we have to discuss different natural source of drugs. First of all, the drug has been discovered. A group of terror people first. They started, they are engaged in different type of antisocial activities. For the first time, they started using the lactase of a plant. That plant was known as poppy plant. Poppy plant. Okay. It was not in India. Rather, some terrorist organization they started using this poppy plant. Okay, when they just take out the lactase of that plant and started inhaling, thus make them relieved from different type of pain. That means it induces sleep in them, so that they become relieved. Okay, this poppy plant provided drug. It provided drug. Okay, that drug was first morphine. Okay, so opiates, a group of chemical of poppy plant, that is Papaver somniferum. The first plant is Papaver somniferum. This is the plant which provide the drug first. Okay, the pod of poppy plant got induced to release a lactase which became opium, and when they used this plant, some of the materials of the plant, first the lactase, they cut out the plant, allowed to release the lactase, and the lactase became opium. When opium is refined, it becomes morphine. From opium, we get morphine, refining of opium. From morphine, we can crystallize to form codeine. Morphine give rise to codeine. Then again acetylation is done for making it more crystallized, which act like tranquilizer, which is called as heroin. These are the heroin. Heroin. These substances obtained from the poppy plant. All these substances obtained from the poppy plant. So, it is the first plant, Papaver somniferum, which give us opium, morphine, codeine, heroin. Okay, so all these substances are used as drug. How the drugs produce their effect? Our body do not have receptors for drug because drugs are not very much useful for the body. That's why the receptors are only found in brain and also in our alimentary canal. God has not given the receptor on our body surface. Okay, so our body can produce drug naturally. Okay, so that the natural receptors are found. Okay, suppose we'll take the example of ancient times. During meditation, there is a relief of pain. Suppose we are closing our eyes at pain, the receptors of the brain get activated. That's why we are getting the natural drug. Okay, so these are all about drugs. The natural drug, that is about Papaver somniferum. Some other natural sources, our drug receptors, we'll discuss in the next video. This much for today. Thank you.